Greetings, YouTube. Today is going to be a very personal kind of a vlog. I'm going to talk about a health update, or my health. So if you don't really have any interest in my health or how I'm doing physically, I completely understand, and you don't have to watch this video, and it won't hurt my feelings in the least. Some of you should be aware of the fact by now that I'm diabetic. I was diagnosed over 3 years ago, though I've been diabetic longer than that. I just was kind of ignoring it studiously. And because of that, I suffer from retinopathy and neuropathy. Now, retinopathy is when you bleed in your retinas, and if not controlled, can blind you. I'm happy to say that after 6 laser procedures and almost a year since the last one, my eyes are in excellent condition, and when I saw my doctor last week, everything was A-OK, and I don't have to go back and see him again for 6 months. And hopefully after that one, it may be jumping ahead to a year, which would be nice, because it's not cheap. And neuropathy is where you lose sensation in your extremities. Fortunately for me, it has not affected my fingers. It has, however, affected my feet. Basically, because of the diabetes, I don't have good circulation. So I have lost blood flow to the very tiny capillaries that feed the nerves. So essentially, the nerves in my feet have died. They don't pick up sensations anymore. Unfortunately, because your brain doesn't quite understand that, it still tries to send nerve signals to things that don't work. So I get random pains in my body as my nerves are trying to fire into nerves that don't work, which is why I take gabapentin, a nerve blocker. It's not a painkiller, but it does help cut back on the pain. But because of the neuropathy, not only do I lose sensation in my feet, but it also means that I don't have proper blood flow, so that I can injure my feet in ways that most people would be able to recover like that, and I don't recover like that. Well, about 5 weeks ago, I got a small blister on my toe from a pair of new sandals. And the new sandals are currently in the donation pile, because after having worn them twice, they gave me the blister, and I'm never going to wear them again. And as per standard procedure with a blister, I did nothing. You're not supposed to poke blisters, you just leave them alone. And under normal circumstances, say 10 years ago, that would have been the end of the story. But it wasn't this time. Because I do not have proper blood flow in my feet, the blister burst on its own. And when it burst on its own, it in essence delaminated the entire bottom of my big toe. All of the skin came off the bottom of my toe, all the way down to the dermal layer. Now, if I had sensation in my feet, it probably would have been excruciating, but I don't. There was some discomfort and some slight pain, but that's it. I cared for it. Everything seemed to be going along very slowly, but not horribly. When I stressed my foot during packing, and my foot swelled up, which is when I said, okay, I gotta go to a doctor. So I went to a doctor. He looked at it, gave me some antibiotics. I took the antibiotics. They made me very tired, kept me from getting an infection, but didn't improve the situation at all. I went back again a week later. He looked at it, and my second toe had been affected because of the first toe is leaking blood serum. It weeps. Because of that, my foot had been soaked in serum, and my skin had sloughed off my second toe. Yes, I know. Isn't that nice? I will have to put a warning for this video in the show notes. So they sent me to a wound specialist today. So I went to see a wound specialist. Or actually, yesterday, I should say. I'm filming this Tuesday. But on Tuesday, I saw a wound specialist. And the wound specialist had to use some surgical tools to remove the calluses off my 2 toes, which was a very strange process to watch. Because it's right in front of me. He's working on my toes. Because I have no nerve sensations in my toes, I could watch him, and it would have been a very painful process if I'd had nerve sensations. But he just removed all the calluses. It was kind of surreal. He then gave me proper kinds of ointments I have to take. I then had to have blood work done, which thankfully was relatively painless, and some x-rays done. And Thursday I have to go back to having something done. It might be ultrasound. Next week I have 2 appointments I have to go to concerning this. And I guess all of these things take place in the beginning of the process, and then after that it becomes a more lengthy time span between the appointments. It's just, basically keeping it clean, keeping the silver sulfonate, I can't remember what the ointment is special ointment they put on it, which will hopefully help the wound to finally close. Because once it closes, I should be okay. Until it closes, it will continue to weep, and that can cause complications in and of itself. The best possible scenario here, the best possible case, is that I will end up with permanent disfigurement on my toes, and I'm indifferent to that. My toes don't work well. No one sees my toes, so I don't really care if they have a little bit of a gnarly appearance. Worst case scenario, unfortunately, is that I could lose parts of my toe or parts of my entire foot. So we're going to do what we can to make sure that doesn't happen. I'm under the care of a general practitioner and a wound specialist, so I've got somewhat solid confidence in these people being able to do what they're supposed to do and keeping my little piggies all in the places that they belong. So this has been an update of my current health situation. I have no idea if anyone actually cares about this or not. But I thought I should bring it up because it's affected my depression to a certain degree. It's going to affect my move coming up on the 22nd of this month because I'm not going to be able to lift hardly anything at all, and I feel really guilty about that. But there's nothing I can do about it. I simply cannot stress my foot in that way because I could hurt myself in a really serious way. So I hope that anyone out there who has any inklings that you might have any kind of diabetic problems in your future will tomorrow rush out to a doctor and get yourself an exam. Because stop it in the beginning, folks. Take care of it when it's a minor issue, and you will be a whole lot happier.